Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, viewers. In today's session, we are going to introduce you the user forms. The user forms are very effective uh, to automate your processes, your workbooks, and make the presentations, make it user friendly, or so many things. Yeah, many times you need uh, that the user should enter the data not directly into the worksheet, but rather in a form, and they are then validated. And after validation, they go to the data is entered into the respective positions in the respective sheets of data or tables of data. Okay, so in this session, we are going to introduce you how to create the form and how they are displayed and how to make them auto-execute upon the opening of the file, right? So let's go straight away. For example, we are in this sheet or wherever we are, no problem. All you need to do is press Alt to F11 and go into this one. Normally, you don't see this tab. When you use the data without, when you use the VBA without the form, so this doesn't. This appears when you insert a form. You go to insert and click form, then this will get created. The user and the forms and then the user forms are means this is a container of the form. This is the container of the modules. Modules, whenever you record a macro, the modules are created. Whenever you write any procedure, sub X, then you need to have a module in here so that you can write the code. Whereas the forms get created separately, in a separate container that is called forms, right? And when you go to the insert in this VBA Explorer, then you click and insert, and then click insert form. A new form is created, and here you will see that. Let me close this, or you put it here, right? You will see that a new form is created. If nothing was there, then this will be created, the container, since the first form is being created, and this will become, okay? And then you can rename it, whatever you want to give it. For example, the test form, this is a test. And while naming it, it is always a good to follow, good thing to follow naming convention, right? So that the names are, the forms are, all forms start with FRM, for example, or FM, whatever the naming conventions you have. This shows professionalism in your approaches, in your VBA, right? So this is naming convention is it has its own advantages, which will make your findings of the data reaching to the right position in the code effectively, easily, and system. And this is a systematic way of working, right? So it is essential that you follow while naming any control or any object. There has to be some. Otherwise, it is not mandatory. Means you can uh, do it even without following any convention. But it is always good. There are some good practices and you will find a lot of advantage later on about this. Right? So all the forms which we are going to create uh, uh, will be starting with FRM. Okay, so this can be our convention. Now the caption is here. You know whatever you write in the caption, this will going to appear in the title bar of the form. So let's say this is my test, my first form, for example, right? So this is my first form, right? Okay. And that's it. You have created your form and it is created. You can also put some labels, right? Uh, if you don't see this toolbar, this will appear here, right here. There is a toolbar options. This is appearing here. Yeah, toolbox. So with the toolbox, when you click toolbox, it disappears. When you click it back, it gets it back to you. Okay? Now, these are the tools which you use to design your forms. For example, you want a label here in which you want to write the caption. For example, here you write the user. Or user. Okay. You have written user. As soon as you click here, the user will appear here. Okay. Now you want the user to be entered. So entry is with the text box. And that's you can write your text box. So this is the user. So that is going to be blank initially, right? And that's it, for example. And you may want a toggle button here. This is a button, for example. You can click here, and you can this caption right from here, or in here. Here also you can have the. Okay, so you can start writing here that proceed. For example, yeah. So whatever you write here, that's it. And then when you click run it, that's right, it will run. Okay. So you can link it to anything. So let's link it as a starter position in your workbook. This is in the workbook, there is a place there, this workbook, this element is always, whenever you have an Excel file open, this is essentially place where you write the procedures related to the file open, file close, file save, or whatever, right? So let's double click in here. Our name is form test. Okay. Okay. Right. So instead of here, we will, instead of saying right, what we will do, we say the form name, FRM TEST, yeah. Dot. As soon as you click dot, it will start. So many things can be done on this form. So we just want it to be shown, right? To show. Okay. So by doing this, what we are saying that whenever the file opens, it opens with this form shown. Okay. So let's save it. Let's go to Excel and let's close it. Close it. Yeah. Now, let's open it again, right? So as soon as we open, we will be prompted with the form. It is being opened, yeah, and it is shown to you. Your newly created form is shown here. You can write whatever and then click OK. That's it. Okay, so you can do it everything. So this is how we create the forms. We execute or to execute it. and we introduced you about the certain tools which you can use in the forms, like labels, like button, etc. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will come up with more interesting things in this scenario, and we will proceed with this system and with the use of forms. Thank you very much.